Welcome to another edition of TBone Capone's Prime Cuts. Welcome to the HQ. Today's episode has been brought to you by Harry Mons at Bull City Street Foods. If you haven't had a chance to go down there in Durham, North Carolina, look for the Bull City Street Foods truck as their items of the day constantly sell out. Carl Taylor of the Top Bananas and Showman Art, maker of the best art out there for MMA and sports characters. Go to showmanart.com to check out his art. Now, swing and miss. I guess you can all call it karma, call it what you want. Last week, atrocious. My picks were terrible. 0-3 in the NFL. Not too bad in NCAA, but, I felt like I let you down. That happens. The bottom line is I'm giving you my best educated guess. I'm doing the absolute best possible research that there is. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if you're able to forgive that, great. And if not, there's nothing I can do for you because you probably have bigger issues than just my missed picks. But bottom line, swing and miss was awful last week, and my big swing and miss, the best part about it was I told you to sit Andy Dalton, and he blew it up again. Right now in my league, based on our stat structure, he's the number one rated QB, so you never sit the number one rated QB, do you? My bad. It happens, and we move on, right? Just so you know, too, I didn't go into it, but I am wearing a Mets jersey today, and I'm doing that for my family in New York, who's all rooting for them in tonight's take it or leave it game. Even after an off week and going 0-3, I think you can agree that my overall picks of 25 correct, 10 wrong, with 6 ties, mostly being in the soccer realm, that's not bad at all. Yeah, we had a bad week, so save up your pennies. I got some picks for you this week. I think you're gonna like it. There's some tough games on the roster, and I think we'll do really well for ourselves. So that being said, let's roll right into it. NFL picks. I'm gonna take Arizona over the Steelers. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Lions over the Bears. That's two teams that the Bears couldn't screw up getting the number one draft pick any more than they are. They're not good at all. They need picks. And Detroit's going to go ahead and screw their chances up of the overall number one pick as well by beating the Bears this week. Also, my lock it up pick of the week is going to be the New York Jets over the Redskins. I went with kind of a safe pick, but in the NFL, you just never know. There's no such thing as a safe pick. But for my lock it up, I want you to take the Jets. NCAA, I'm going to take A&M over Alabama only because it's in A&M. That's a tough game. The 3 games in college this week I'm giving you are all tough. I'm taking Michigan over Michigan State. I came that close to taking Michigan State. It's such a close game. I just feel when you are on such a hot streak like that, you don't bet against that team. You just don't do it. And then my lock it up pick is going to be LSU over Florida. I know Florida proved me wrong in the past, but I really think LSU is just on freaking fire. So take LSU and don't feel bad about it. I am going to give you a lock it up pick for baseball. Lock it up. I'm going to go Mets over the Dodgers. Hostile territory. What do you think, T-Bone? What do you think? Man, just do it. Just do it. The Mets. Miracle Mets. You're going to see it tonight. For soccer, I'm going to go EPL. I'm going to go Leicester City over Southampton, and I believe it's in Southampton. It's a tough call, but I don't know if you guys watch Leicester City or not, but if you do, they're fun. They are fun, and they're high scoring. And if you can put the ball in the net in the EPL, you got it going on, and you can win games, and they're going to win this game. Also, I'm going to take, in the Bundesliga, I'm going to take Schlanke over Hertha Berlin. And in MLS, I'm going to go ahead and take Columbus over Toronto. Columbus Crew, man, they got a lot of talent, and Toronto does as well, but Toronto cannot stop the back of the net from having the ball hit it, and Columbus has a lot of scores. They can score in many different ways, many different players, and so go with the Columbus Crew. Now, fantasy, okay? Go ahead and start T-Biddy, Terry Bridgewater. Now, if you look, the last 2 weeks I gave you running backs, all did excellent, okay? I'm telling you to take Terry Bridgewater for this very specific reason. The Kansas City Chiefs give up the most fantasy points to quarterbacks in the NFL after 5 games. That's a stat not only do you want to pay attention to this week, in the future, because if that trend continues, guess what? Each and every time Kansas City plays, the opposing quarterback is a must-start of the week. So look at that, go with that. And who I want you to sit, of all people, it's a Bengal, Jeremy Hill. Right now, the offense looks really, really solid with Gio getting more touches. And it's interesting because the flip-flop happened last year. So these two will still split time. I just don't see him being much of a factor this week. Normally, I go into the Geek Time section. There's no Geek Time today just because I don't have any products to review. I haven't gotten any in. I do have some stuff coming in, and I will hit up a lot more. If you guys ever want to send a product or send a game for me to review or anything that you believe in, whether it be you want me to watch a movie or a video, whatever it is, if you want me to rate something or give something, let me know. If it's a movie or something I can just grab myself, that's great. But if it's a product or whatever, if you want to send me, email me, TBone Capone's primecuts@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to take care of you and review it in, the only way I can, give you my opinion, let you know. I will tell you this, is, little Geek Time segment. Walking Dead, if I had to rate the season premiere episode, I give it 4.5 pork chops. Well, T-Bone, why don't you give it 5? I'll tell you why I didn't give it 5. Because it left me hungry for more. That show is amazing. If you haven't caught The Walking Dead, catch it from episode 1 on. It is the greatest series ever invented by man. It's just my honest opinion. I do want to give a shout out to Anthony Tercy. He sent me a Herrera VIP on form that I'm going to give away to Topps Kick member with 5 more subscribers. Also, I would need to thank a special person, Brandon Burnshausen, who's editing my films for me. Does an amazing job, and that's what's helping me get better as well, as the little edits and stuff like that. So big shout out to Brandon. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Words can't express how much it means to me that you reached out and are doing this for me. So thanks. WTF of the week. All right, my WTF of the week is Bautista, Joey Bats, and the way he threw the bat last night when he hit that big home run in a game that was an elimination game. I know I'm old school, like a lot of people my age are probably consider themselves more old school, but I'll tell you this. I don't have a problem with the way he threw the bat. Throw it, toss it, plunk it, whatever you want to say he did. If you've ever played sports and you've ever had a big moment while you played sports, whether it be a game-winning three-pointer, whether it be a crucial touchdown pass, you almost have an out-of-body experience when those things happen. And you don't realize the celebration or anything that you truly do because the adrenaline just rushes you. Understand this, people. If you've never played sports, don't criticize. And if you have played sports, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So get over it. My WTF goes to the fans that have an issue with Joey Bats just pounding that bat into the dirt after he nailed that 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Man, give it to the guy. He drilled it. It was a critical home run. They're talking about it being the greatest home run since Joe Carter's home run for Toronto. And you know what? That's a franchise that absolutely needs it, and quite honestly deserves it. So, congrats to Joey Bats and the Toronto Blue Jays and all you other fans that have an issue with it. Okay, this is where I answer questions from the fans, and a lot of you guys have been putting questions on the actual videos themselves, which is awesome. I try to answer them on the videos. If you can, send me the email. I told you guys the email already. TBone Capone's primecuts@gmail.com. Just let me know there. Send the questions there because I like to put them in this segment here. I do have a good question from a fan from Grayson Garrett. Grayson, you asked me who's going to win the MLS this year and who's going to win it next year. All right, next year I'll tell you right now, it's hard enough to pick in the year that you're in. I can't pick on a hypothetical. For next year, it's almost impossible because you look at teams like New York City FC, who just came in the league with all these players, all these experienced players. There's a lot of talent that comes in each and every year. Each and every year, MLS is getting better and better, no doubt about it. They're getting international players that are just amazing talents. So totally impossible to pick next year because I don't know who's going to be on what squad or who gets signed internationally. So we'll just have to wait till the transfer window's end, and then I'll be able to give you a better guesstimate because that's all it is. Now, as far as this year, I hate to say it. You know, it might be a cop-out. The LA Galaxy have so much talent. They truly do. I want to go with the Sounders, but I can't. I'm going to go ahead to answer your question, Garrett. I'm going to go ahead and give you give you LA. Unfortunately, the Galaxy, with all their talent, are going to win yet again. Okay, so remember, guys, get your questions into me as soon as possible. during the week. And if you remember something, just send it to me, because I do videos on Thursday. I release them the day I do them. So if you send me a question even late Wednesday night, maybe even early the next morning on Thursdays, I can answer those for you. Okay? So hit me up. The last thing I like to say is I want to say thank you. Absolutely a big, 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 big thank you to everyone that has supported me. You guys have supported me a ton. We're editing films. I don't know if you noticed the graphics. They might be at the top over here. I'm not sure. But, you know, it's a little cartoony or whatever, but that's my brand. That's how I'm going to market myself, and to give you my product, you know, and I want to put a face to it. My face is not pretty enough, so I went cartoon. You know what I'm saying? And before you guys judge, a lot of you bananas are pretty damn ugly yourselves. So anyway, I'm trying to keep things positive, but since I am Irish and I have a bit of a temper, there was a little hate put on me this week. So with that, all I'm going to tell you is, if you hate me, fine. Don't follow. Don't subscribe. You don't have to throw chatter out there. You don't have to click the down arrow to my dang videos. You know, if you click a down arrow to my video and you honestly mean it, let me know. Give me a reason why. Throw the down arrow, because that's how you feel. But then give me a chance to make up for it in my next episodes. Don't just be a chicken shit and hit the down arrow, you know. But if you're just going to be a hater, straight up, I'm just going to let you know. You can kiss my brown eye, my nether regions, my Bermuda Triangle, my gentleman sausage, my one-eyed snake, my pork sword, my hot meat injection, my purple-headed yogurt slinger, my python, my horse pipe, my shaft, my member, my schlong, my beef thermometer, my magic wand, my heat-seeking love missile, my weapon of ass destruction, my destroyer, my love stick, my ass torpedo, the colonel, the pocket monster, my beef bayonet, my anaconda, my sperminator, my willy, my dick, my knob, my third femur, my prick, Godzilla, and King Richard. Understand, whatever name you call it, you can kiss it. TBone out!